The fan doesn't get on the mic, but all right.
It messes
Hello,
with it
folks.
when we're talking.
I got it. Okay, fair enough. Alrighty, we are moving in. We're a little bit behind, but we're seeing Rob versus Min Min here. This is gonna be Arctic versus Ashland's Min. That's what I want to see.
Two stocks of Ashland.
I mean, frankly, the fewer stocks of Min Min we have to watch, the better.
True. Not biased. It's just correct.
Like, I understand that we're usually biased for like player reasons because we care. Like, we want Arctic to win. But,
yeah.
like, even if this were, like, an unbiased match, frankly, even if I were commentating for Ashland, I wouldn't want this Min Min to win.
To be fair, if I was commentating for Ashland, I could go into the other side and talk smack about Rob, but at least Rob has some sauce up.
Look, I'm gonna rate. If you get on stream and you're just talking about, like, Rob while a Min Min's on the screen, your bias is, like, more obvious than mine is, okay? And that's saying something.
Two stocks already gone in a minute. I mean, I feel like at this rate, Arctic was going to want to possibly pop the 0 to death, but he doesn't have a gyro in hand, so he's not going to be able to.
Listen, I think if there's any character deserving
of the 0 to death,
it's Min Min.
I think if there's any character that you just really hate, it's Min.
No, I mean, genuinely, it's like Min Min and Pac-Man. I mean, you heard.
Awesome.
Pac-Man is not awesome. He doesn't do anything.
He sits there and he zones in a cooler way than most other zoners, except, you know, well...
That wasn't zoning!
We didn't really have much to talk about there, did we?
Arctis just absolutely icing them out, refusing to give any sort of opportunity for this Min Min to do anything aside from just die.
I was talking to the players before this. Why do I hear myself?
I think we have a tab.
The Twitch is unmuted. Yep, it's much louder now. And now it's no longer. Don't pause it, just turn off the Twitch audio.
Alright, I think we got that handled.
Hopefully.
I
was hearing like something wrong that whole time, and I was just like, what's going on in my brain? But yeah, I mean, see, when I was talking with the players earlier, they were like, "Oh, Ashland's 3-2 right now in the season. They're not that bad. They're pretty good." I told them, you know, I think Ashland's probably not going to be very good. I think you guys can kind of beat down on them a little bit. They're beating down on them a little bit.
They're beating down on them a little bit. Like, I don't want to be rude, but that Min Min.
So many can.
They're important for production.
I feel ill looking at. I think you need to eat a carrot. Oh, fucking rabbit. I love carrots. I love to just grab a raw carrot, rinse it off a little.
Carrots a little bit lower. You know what I'm gonna say? Celery. Celery's where it's at.
I do like eating like raw celery slices.
I'm not a slice person. I just like the whole stalk.
Just grab the whole piece of celery and just like...
No, just the whole head of celery. Yeah, sure, why not? Ashland's Falco in here. Going to be a little bit more decisive, given like this is a character who can kind of eat Rob for breakfast if given the chance.
Arctic has spoken before on his Rob or his Falco curse. This is a character that he really does struggle with. Although I do think if he's going to be consistent with those down airs, which I will say as a player that's been really his biggest weakness, his down air usage has been subpar. But
I'm also just happy. I like Knight. I like that Knight of Fate is in this game now. In bit of a non-tangent, but like fitting, I guess.
Knights of Fate.
It's the song playing right now.
Ah.
It is it's the basic Kingdom Hearts battle theme.
Ah.
And like, granted, I think they could have included some other battle themes, but that's besides the point because I have taste.
Smash player try to grab a Gordo or a gyro challenge, absolutely undoable.
I mean, look, are you gonna look at me? Do you like grabbing Beyblades?
I love grabbing Beyblades. I love just going down onto the floor, ripping a Beyblade, let it rip into my hand and slice it open. I love grabbing a Beyblade.
I don't think a Beyblade's gonna slice your hand open unless... Were you like modifying your Beyblades?
Absolutely. I was strapped like...
Oh, you were the kid...
I was slapping like cleavers onto them.
Oh, yeah.
Terrible at spinning. Great at cutting my hand open.
Yeah, I mean, like, what else do you want to do with a Beyblade? Speaking of Beyblades, gyro.
What do you want to do with Beyblades other than that? You want to let them rip?
You know what? We should get a Beyblades team.
That would be a horrible...
Nah.
Just too high to not get hit with spam down tilts, but not so high that able to find those down tilt frames across the stage fair. Just ends Arctic stock off stage. This is just such a horrible matchup.
It's looking a lot more even. Like, yeah, this is a really painful thing to have to chew through. You have access to the reflector. you have access to these combo tools that, like, Rob is a boxy target. He is very defensively weak, and if you get to just start shredding Rob, he's going to be in for a world of hurt.
I mean, the thing is, like, Falco's combos are nice, but they don't work against 99% of the cast. Rob is in that 1% because he is big, he is large, and he doesn't have anything like Tough Guy or like K-Rule Nair for the other big characters. No, once you get hit, you're getting hit.
Yeah. I feel like this is very much down to Arctic's ability to play and win neutral. And also, frankly, to counterplay that Reflector. I feel like Gyro has gotten a very low amount of value. We're just, alright, dash attack string into the Fairs.
That sends him close to off stage. Laser covering a jump. Don't want to send it to where the Reflector might be.
Ooh, just barely unable to find it with the spin to win. You know that Falco wanted it down air, but couldn't find it.
It's ingrained in Falco's biology. Down air must down air at all times possible.
Reflects the laser. Unfortunately, that's going to be the late hit of Nair to finish off Arctic. Although Arctic chewed through 5 stocks there.
Did not look like it. But yeah, Arctic really did his part. Losing out to Falco of all characters is, you know, it's fine.
It's Rob. Like, this was their counter pick. And here's the thing about their counter pick. They still lost 2 stocks of it. Like, you brought this character in very intentionally to try and take down Arctic. Mm-hmm. That's why you brought in the Falco.
And now there's the opportunity to bring in, if you're CSU here, Colin, the young Link, has a slightly better matchup against Falco, but really I think you're looking at Victor.
I was thinking Chimpus.
Chimpus, I doubt they're going to have him in the starting lineup. I think that their 4 starters that they always like to have for a NACE are Arctic, Dreamless, Colin, and Ruby. Those are their 4 starters every single time. If you want to have somebody like Chimpus in, it's either against a weaker team or against a team full of heavyweights that Bayo can just chew through.
So in that situation, I honestly think that Colin is the choice. Like, we've seen that Colin is consistently able to chew through Falcos very, very aggressively. And I think that if out of the characters that we have on our roster, it is incredibly difficult to go into a Young Link. Like, we've talked about it before. Young Link is not a character that's very easy to counterpick. He's a character who can play the area that you're weakest in. He can zone. He can play rushdown. He can sort of box you out with some of his options. And having that opportunity to effectively come in with an incredibly neutral pick that forces them to effectively try and put in somebody who can beat Colin, that puts them in a very painful position if they don't have that person.
Yeah, I'll also say, I think that lost my train. So I think that Victor's the best play here. They agree. I think that Aegis has a pretty good matchup into Falco. I think that the Pig here is going to have a much better matchup than Young Link, because even if the Young Link can find, you know, that success, it's not the worst matchup in the world. It's still much more likely, I think, to drop 1 stock to a Falco than, say,
I think it's possible.
A Me Brawler. Partially because of spin attack is so easy to down air. That's my biggest concern. Like, if you pop a bad spin attack off stage or if you recover poorly, you're getting killed.
I think that's very plausible, but like at the same time, this is 1 stock on the Falcon. I have full faith in Dreamless's ability to just, not Dreamless. Dreamless is on screen right now. Getting my words mixed up. Colonies. I have full faith in his ability to come in and just absolutely clean house. It's a single stock on the Falco. You get a good opening with Young Link, and this Falco's down.
I mean, the thing is, though, like, you want to minimize risk right now, and I think that this is the best way to minimize that risk.
I think there's definitely a point, but there we have it. Damn. Like, this then kind of evens out the situation because it's definitely possible. Like, I think Dreamless, there's no way that this Falco gets the 3-1 on Dreamless. But, like, you then have to be on the Me Brawler into this next round, which is my concern.
I think Me Brawler probably has a better matchup spread in terms of, like...
I don't know if I agree. I think that, like, maybe on paper, but, like, it's a lot harder to pick a character who can beat Young Link outright than it is to find a character who can beat Me Brawler outright.
I think we already saw, unless Ashland has, like, a Lucina, I think we already saw the worst matchup that Brawler can experience in the Min Min.
Fair enough, although I could definitely see another sortie. That's going to be Dreamless taking the stock with one of his own going even so far. Going into this next round, now, we don't want to see a sortie. But unless Ashland has access to a sword fighter, that's looking pretty scary. Like, Dreamless on Me Brawler can put a lot of hurt on people.
Yeah, you're really looking at Roy, no, Braum, I would say more so than Roy, because Brawler doesn't have great like kill off the side tools, and if they are great kill off the side tools, they're killing at 30, so it doesn't matter that Crom's recovery is not great. So Crom, Lucina, Sora is a big one.
Kithra.
Yeah, Pam is like okay, but I really do look at. I would say that the worst matchup that could probably be left would be Sora. I think Sora is just very under.
But Sora's, I think that Sora would definitely be very scary, but isn't Sora kind of underrepresented in North America?
Yeah, but I mean, at this level, it could be anything. At this
Fair.
level, like...
We saw a Min Min, frankly.
Yeah, we saw a freaking Min Min. That's like a Japan exclusive. That character's not been unlocked in
That character
80%
shouldn't
of
be
NA.
playable anywhere, frankly.
Buy his cups.
Look.
Aegis is Brawler's worst match.
Oh, so I'm correct.
I'm correct. I think Sora's a little bit worse, just because I think Sora is... She's going out there right now to tell Victor, I think that that Sora's worse for Brawler, and I'll tell you what, he's going to be like, what? No! Is he insane?
I mean, I don't think Sora's a good situation, but I don't think it's the worst. I don't think it's as bad as like, my concern is that, like, with Pithra, you just get shredded. You get frame dated out with buttons that you can't contest, and then you get top tier. You get top tiered hard.
Another thing is Sora's very light, so Brawlers confirms that will kill very early.
He's light, so things like up smash out of shield 2 are very, very valuable.
I'm really looking at the like platform down throw thrupper or up air thrupper. It catches with that. That's really what I'm looking at to kill early. Brawler, like things like up smash out of shield, like yeah, it'll kill early, but most of the time you're not killing with that until like 90 to 110 anyways, and Sora will be done. And that's the weight doesn't, I don't think, come up as a factor that bad.
Already,
That's a pretty bad matchup, I'd say.
I don't like this. I would not want to be Dreamless in this situation. Frankly, I wouldn't want to be us in this situation. I hate Sonic.
I mean, he already approached, so that's
Okay, if this Sonic keeps approaching, we're good.
Oh no, never mind. Air dodge away. Oh no, we're seeing Sonic gameplay.
Listen, nothing will ever top the time that I had to watch Ruby versus Sonics. I talk about it all the time, but like for a reason. Shoutouts to Fisher, by the way.
I mean, this is starting to look like Dreamless is probably going to be the better player, but Sonic's going to top tier the heck out of him.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the situation here. I think Dreamless is going to be able to take it, but like you have to be very aware of like this is a top tier character. This is a character who gets to do whatever he wants for free, and like I'm not saying that as a John. I'm saying that as somebody who plays top tiers almost exclusively. You have to think a lot less when you're playing a top tier.
A weirdo, right? Like I hear with it, grab whiffs on the shield. This is going to be very slow, very methodical. There's been 0 stocks taken in this time. In game 1, there were 2 stocks taken. Okay?
I think Slider is very fitting for this, frankly.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I was hoping that was a suicide.
That's a crazy sentence to be thrown out there, but besides that...
I forgot that SD was the term, and I had to autopilot.
But still, regardless, I mean, the way this Sonic player has been doing a quite decent job at playing the keep away game, it feels like Dreamless is starting to adapt, though, so he's starting to catch up a little bit, too.
Yeah.
Not necessarily literally catch up, but catch up in the pace and, like, not going for too many risky things. I'll say that in the Flashing Mach Punch. Center stage, it's very punishable.
This Sonic is using a spin dash. I can say that for sure.
Well, that's actually spin charge. No, I don't know the difference between spin dash and spin charge. Let's be real. If you're watching, neither do you.
And if you do, I don't want to know you. You sound like a Sonic player.
Or you are labbing Sonic, which I respect.
If you're labbing Sonic, you're on thin ice.
Goodness gracious. That was a sick conversion there from Dreamless.
I love the sequence. I love the tech chase with the dash tech afterwards. I wish you got a little bit more.
I mean, yeah, you can always wish you got a little bit more. That is a crazy scoop hitbox.
Listen, when you're the best in the game, your hitboxes just do whatever you want them to do, frankly. Like, you've seen the hitboxes on that, right?
That's, fun fact, it's one of the best rage scaling moves in the game as well.
I don't doubt that for a second.
Like, I think, like, it doesn't have a specific rage multiplier, but the angle sends out it's very reciprocative of rage. It's like, a lot of spiking down airs off stage do really well with rage because it has, like, That increased percentage knockback sends them into the...
Increases the knockback, makes it so that you're in hit stun. Like, you're going way lower before you get out of hit stun.
Actually. And also, the bottom blast zone has like a specific thing where if you were getting spiked, parry.
That was sick! That was so sick, though!
That's a sick catch.
The parry into the thrupper into the follow-up.
I will say that Dreamless has now officially done his job, and at this point, given how much Rivals 2 this guy's been playing, he's, I don't think, touched Smash once since the beta started, so he's really pulling his weight.
I mean, fair enough. I just think I want the Sonic off the screen. I want the Dreamless stock right now.
You want Sonic off your screen? Couldn't tell.
I want the Sonic up. What move is this Sonic used that wasn't a spin? Like, watch this neutral. It's spin dash, do an aerial. Spin dash, you're gonna jump and do an aerial afterwards.
Spin charge, that one's spin.
Spin dash aerial.
Oh, down throw thrupper, doesn't find the connect. 52% with rage, that'll start killing if you can find it on a platform. If there's a bad DI or if there's even a landing up air, just catches him out. Doesn't kill though.
Unfortunate.
Parry there on the burning drop kick.
Back air forces Dreamless back off stage, tries to edge guard with the spring. Paint jump, getting punished unfortunately.
Even if you don't do the attack version, landing with feint jump is still really quite laggy, so it's quite punishable. Down air.
Ooh, fails the conversion!
He tries to go for the read there. He knew that the rollback was gonna happen, but he didn't quite convert off of it as he might have wanted. That's a very strange trade.
Attack chase with the jab block, or not jab block, with the jab string.
I like that mix-up going with the down B attack version.
Let there be light. Both percentages are pretty high here. Like, granted, Dreamless does have a lot to go through, and a very unfortunate roll, but not enough to kill.
Starting to see some panic options here from Dreamless. Tries to read that, but the back air will take it. Roll in from the flashing Mach Punch. Again, it's so laggy. Dreamless loves these laggy moves that get him punished consistently, and that's one thing that has changed. No more F smashes. Not a lot of landing with the feint jump, just enough to be a mix-up. And he's still finding ways to land these laggy moves, which I want to see tightened up.
Yeah. At the same time, I feel like in those situations, it makes sense to be scrambled. Like, you are high percentage, high stock against a character who, frankly, can find the kill a lot easier than you. Like, Sonic is an incredibly fast character, incredibly fast options, and a decent back air from kill. And, like, also, you're at rage percentage. Up smash starts becoming a problem.
I mean, it would be a problem even outside of rage at that point. Like, up smash is probably going to kill you.
Which means that you can't really go for shield pressure options as easily, because if you get up smash out of shield, you're done for.
Or if you do, you have to be like certain of outcome. Like, if you are going to go for like maybe a perfectly spaced back air into shield might not get resultant punished, but still you have to be very precise.
Yeah. And I mean, like, frankly, honestly, I don't know if I want to be the Mii Brawler in that map. I don't think it's particularly bad, but I also think that a lot of, like, the burden of winning is on the Mii.
I mean, I think that he's done his part at the same time.
Oh, absolutely, beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Now CSU just has to decide if they want to put in Colonies or Ruby. I'm going to predict it's Colonies just because they like to save Ruby's anchor. And Youngling Sonic, that's a much better matchup. That's
beyond a shadow of a doubt. This is why I wanted to see the Youngling against the Falco, because that lets you bring the Youngling directly into this Sonic, or whatever they were going to bring in.
Alright, this man's just really dragging out the clock. He really wants to go for the timeout. 12 seconds to SD twice.
Alrighty. Now, we talked about how we feel like this matchup is better. How do you feel about this?
Projectiles.
I mean, yeah, like that's the simple answer.
Nair. Projectiles and Nair.
I liked the grab setup there, like directly at the. Oh my goodness, this is killed! Come on, please! How sick would that be if it killed?
You just want Sonic off your screen. You're just biased. You just want to get it
gone.
Listen!
I both want Sonic off my screen, and I love Young Link. Young Link is like my top 3 characters in this game. He's so cool.
Surprised that up smash didn't kill him. Surprised that fire arrow didn't convert properly. That's a spin attack into back air.
Top tier privilege.
I mean, yeah, recovering after getting the conversion off stage. Yeah, that's a bit top tier privilege, but I mean, any second now, Colonies can find anything to kill.
Oh, That killed. Top tier privilege can't save you from bad DI, I guess. I love whenever characters on the win screen emote in Smash Ultimate and then immediately go back to neutral like 3 frames later. You're in shock from that.
That might have been the worst DI I've ever seen.
I don't want to say Burger King DI to a team that I know might see the VOD.
Burger King DI.
Burger King DI. Burger King DI.
Look, Ashland, I'm sure y'all are great, but maybe don't.
We're better.
Don't DI down on Young Link forward throw. Or if you didn't DI at all, I don't know how that killed. That wasn't even like on the ledge. That was like close-ish to the ledge, but
it was like 3/4 to ledge. 140. Young Link forward throw.
It can kill, but not like that.
Can kill like that.
Oh,
It shouldn't.
DI, but...
I think that watching Min, Sonic, Rob, and Young Link is starting to rot in my brain.
I think Ashland... I'm glad that we have, like, cool characters on our team now. Cooler characters. You see Colonies, you see Dreamless.
Dreamless, I'll give you Dreamless.
Geneless. Chimpus. I think Colonies plays Young Link incredibly sickly. What is your beef? Colonies plays the character cool!
I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get some low tiers on the screen so you can go buck wild over nothing.
Yeah. Give me that Ike. Give me that DK, bro. It wasn't Marth. Give me some Marth.
I do want Marth.
If it's the other team, it's a cheesy low tier. If it's our team, it's a cool low tier.
I mean, I think you can apply that to high tiers.
No, they're all just cringe. Except for Peach. Hey, I asked for it and I got it! Give me DK!
I don't want to be DK here.
Oh no, this is a horrendous matchup. The problem is, DK kind of has Rob syndrome, except he's a bad character, where he can win any of his bad matchups because Cargo Throw is just so good.
He's got Grappler syndrome, where he has really good openings, just like, it's DK. When are you getting the opening?
More so, like, I would say necessarily.
Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Get onto stage, challenge impossible. Okay, no, he did it. It turns out slightly possible, up B out of shield. That's an online exclusive right there.
Armor of all time, getting the Nair to get back into neutral.
A fire arrow down air, that will not kill. DK is quite a large gorilla. They are not frail.
That'll kill though!
That's just kind of... I think he could attack that though, so...
This just feels like Colonies' combo expedition.
Anything that works in training mode now works in-game when you're playing against DK. That's just how it works. I really like that beer...
I'm pretty sure the only move that's hit this game so far has been... Never mind, there's the Cargo Throw, but has been up B from this DK.
That was also a very low mash for Colonies. You really do have to mash the DK Cargo Throw if you want to survive, or else you're just going to die at 70. That's what I mean, though, when I say DK has the ability to power through his bad matchup.
Yeah, he's a character who's fundamentally defined by very explosive offense. He just, like, doesn't have the things to get to it in a very consistent way.
It's not easy, but it's very much a Reed's character as well, except I do think that...
I will be frank, I also don't want... I don't want DK as my anchor.
No, I definitely... Oh, that's... Okay, no, I thought you SD'd, but no. I just... Yeah, no, I don't like DK as an anchor either. Even into Young Link, these projectiles can make that aerial hand slap one of his best... Probably his single best disadvantage tool. One of the really better disadvantage tools in the game is landing hand slap. But even against Young Link, it's not good. Online only option right there.
I don't want to say come see Colonies at LAN, but like, you should come to Midgard Mayhem.
Yeah. Hey, Ashland players, go to Midgard Mayhem. That will kill. Maybe that Sonic kill wasn't bad DI. Maybe Young Link fair is just a war crime.
I mean, no, it wasn't fair last time. It was forward throw.
Forward throw, I meant, yeah.
I mean, to my understanding, it is a kill throw, but like, we didn't see lightning on the Sonic one.
Been really good ledge trapping here from the DK. Able to...
No bomb, but you're going to the 3 stocks, you know who. This is a little... I don't want to say it's more than over, but like... Listen, I know what happens when a gorilla kills a child. They send in the special forces.
Yeah.
Ty Munster left speechless from that one.
Yeah, I mean, where do I begin with that?
First things first, Harambe didn't kill the child.
I mean, like, the theory still applies. DK killed a child.
Yeah, he did.
And who's coming in?
This milk.
The U.S. military, baby. I love the U.S. military industrial complex.
Okay, Snake coming in against Donkey Kong. We're gonna see this.
You know,
I said before, DK has the ability to play through any of his bad matchups. I'd say there are 2 exceptions. One of them is the one that we'll see on screen. What do you think the other one is? I think.
Honestly, Kazuya.
I think he can be. Oh yeah, other than Mario as well. Mario's his other like 8-2 type beat matchup.
But like, you're on one stock. You're a DK going into a Snake.
It could be Min Min, which would be worse. That's the other one I think is like. No.
I
don't think Min Min DK is that bad?
Min Min DK is a lot more winnable than than Snake DK.
No, it's really bad. It's really bad. They're both like obviously horrible matchups, but I think DK Min Min genuinely a matchup. And then DK Mario, I think, is probably DK's worst matchup.
See, the difference is Snake is also just a good character. The problem with Min Min is like she's got options that beat DK, but like she's not going to do options that are generally busted.
I mean, you say that, but Min Min is a widely agreed upon high or even top tier character.
Sure, people can say that.
I think you just hate Min Min with a burning
I don't
passion.
believe that character is interesting, and I don't believe that character is strong. She's one note, she's relatively simple, and the only thing she's relying on is the fact that it's incredibly powerful as an option. And I don't think that makes a top tier. I think that makes a one-note gimmicky mid-tier like the rest of Ultimate's cast.
I think that it makes for one-note gimmicky top tier like Sonic.
See, the difference with that is...
That's crazy.
Oh, that's the end of the game. I mean...
Donkey Kong versus Snake.
I mean, to be fair... What did you think was gonna happen? It's DK! It's DK Snake! Not a very good matchup. I wouldn't want to be fighting Solid Snake to begin with. Like,
I mean, that applies to like real life as well.
I mean, yeah, no, I'd not really. I don't want to fight Solid Snake.
I'd like to have a beer with Solid Snake.
I would like to have like the end of MGS2 conversation with Solid Snake. I think he'd give some. I think.
You think?
I
agree. I also think.
Actually, the poll's still out on that one, but
the poll is still out on that.
Yeah. I'm very glad that we got rhythm boxing on for the background music. I love rhythm boxing.
I'm very glad that you are very. Producers here.
Bit of a mix-up.
Big mix-up.
You know what I think would go hard? I think Framemakers is doing it, but like when we first started seeing footage of Ultimate, there were some people who thought that like assist trophies were going to be like assists, and I think that would have gone hard.
I think it's too.
I don't know. I feel like just.
1 second, I say something on the microphone. All right.
Like, I don't know how I feel like with how assist trophies are now, it'd be too complicated. But I feel like you press a button, you call in a guy for a move, that's the end of the assist. Like Marvel style.
It would be cool, but I don't.
I could believe it.
I think that would be like a gimmicky Smash. Like if Smash 6 is coming out, right? When Smash 6 is coming out. If we got a Smash 5.5 that was like on the Switch and it was just like all the villains and their like assists were the heroes, I could see that happening.
I could
like
not,
Double Dash. Double Dash is a perfect example.
I don't think I could see. They're starting the DK, which I think I prefer to anchoring the DK, but I don't
You're
like
going
it.
into the worst matchup that you're gonna find here.
I feel like I hope Colonies has gotten a little bit of the information because like Colonies stomps this DK genuinely. Like it's not a contest. I don't think.
I think that a lot of that is player experience. I think a lot of that is this might just be the single worst matchup that we can build with these two teams as well. Although
Outside of maybe Snake.
Yeah, I mean at the very least DK can just cargo throw the Young Link off stage, and if you don't mash, you probably die. Like this grab or online option.
Unfortunately, a little bit unsynced, so you couldn't get the follow up with the bear.
I mean, you know, it's like I said before, DK has the ability to play through his counters, but also Young Link can do that.
Alright, that's what we're looking to see. Double back air.
That's the... Oh, online option. This time the boomerang saves it. I have played DK enough myself to know you cannot up B against the boomerang.
Yeah,
All three of them will return, and all three of them will kick your rear.
I've been watching what Colonies has been going for. Like, Colonies, when in that situation against Shield, has been trying to set up Boomerang, which I really like because of that reason. Especially when Boomerang just does things like that as well.
It was just a really nice wave bounce as well. And that is a dead gorilla. It's like 2014.
2016.
16. Bad.
It's looking like 2016, but the good ending of it.
Where the child kills the gorilla?
Where the child goes 1v1 against the gorilla and wins.
Oh, the good option is everybody lives happily ever after the end, yada, yada, yada.
Listen, if we had a clip of a child just going ham on a gorilla, just literally show it, just, like, if a child beat up a gorilla, that would go viral. People would think it was fake.
Yeah, because it would be fake, because I don't think a child could ever kill a gorilla.
I think the matchup is unfavorable.
It's a 9-1 matchup, child versus gorilla.
Yeah, but that's still a 1. I want to see the 1 happen.
Yeah, you're right. It's a 95-5 matchup, child versus gorilla.
I mean, do you... If I had match footage of child versus gorilla and the child won, you'd watch it. You'd want to see that.
I would, but also I think the gorilla would want to VOD that information and come back and win.
I don't think he's coming back from that. If you lose the world's easiest matchup, you're never playing that game again.
I mean, you said, but there are players who have lost to Brawl Ganondorf, so you never know.
Yeah, but that's, like, different. I don't think gorillas have the mental. That's over.
Well, in this theoretical world, we are talking about a child beating a gorilla. Gorillas aren't stupid.
I mean, they're not stupid, but, like, that's not the problem here. The problem is that a gorilla is fundamentally fueled by instinct, by animalistic urges. It does not have the capability to have the mental that this child is going to have.
Actually, I will say, I'm pretty sure gorillas have about as much brain power as a...
Brain power is not the issue here.
No. As like a 2.5-year-old child.
You are...
With the wisdom of however old that gorilla is, with combat experience as well.
Yes, but the problem is that this gorilla is fundamentally feral.
How many fights can a child have versus how many fights can a gorilla have? A gorilla has fought a jaguar, a child has fought his bully.
Listen, I understand that, and I understand that in this situation, that it is a bad matchup for the child.
Do we have any viewers? Okay, great. All right.
This needs to be heard.
It's be heard.
But, like, the gorilla does not have the mental to VOD review, I think. He just gets angry.
The frick, Espeon? There's an Espeon plush here. I'm not just talking to, like, some imaginal Espeon.
Shoutouts to Christian's Espeon plush, and it's his Espeon plush in the production booth right now.
Big shouts.
The only reason Ty hasn't gone insane.
I'd say, my experience casting with you and Christian over the past couple of years has really prepared me for this moment. This is where it all comes to a head. This is what I've been training for in my casting with the both of you.
Say what you will, it's an interesting conversation to have.
Don't think it is.
What else are we going to talk about in the intro? Oh, what do you think Ashland's going to bring in against Young Link?
I think that they're probably going to bring out the Min Min.
You think Min Min can beat a child?
Not if that child can beat a gorilla.
That's what I mean. I think it's harder to beat Min Min than it is to beat Donkey Kong.
That's true, but if we're talking, can we Can we please cut to the game when it comes on? I'm just losing it here, man.
This is like the most basic like banter, and you're being destroyed by it. What is
This
going?
is the most basic banter. This makes a local commentary look like Evo 2019. This is like... Listen it. Please tell me, what do we have? What?
Zelda?
That character's in this game? I did not know that they allowed Zelda to stay in this game. I'm pretty sure they have 9 stocks or not.
I also like Genova in the background. Colonies kill this person now!
Well, they just wanted to wave hello.
Okay. If that was their intention, they can do that. However, like, this matchup is weird, but I also don't think it's unfavorable for colonies.
Oh, yeah, no, this matchup sucks for Zelda. For many reasons. First things first, Zelda's bad. Second thing second, Young Link's not bad. And third things third, Zelda is bad. If I hadn't said that already.
City flashbang. But, like, I think the thing is that, like, Zelda, both these characters have very decent projectiles. The problem is Young Link's projectiles are a lot better and also give him an insane amount of value.
And the other thing is, Young Link's non-projectile moves are also good.
Oh, yeah.
Which Zelda cannot claim.
I mean, Zelda has a B button.
She also has up tilt. That's a pretty good up tilt.
She has up tilt, but Young Link has down tilt and nair and fair and back air.
Down air, up air, spin it back.
The kitchen sink.
That's what I call Zaire.
Yeah.
We're seeing landing up air from a Zelda. That move doesn't really work that way if you're curious.
I feel like that feels like Venusaur coded to me.
Venusaur?
Like back when Venusaur up air was busted.
Ivysaur?
Same difference.
I was thinking of Pokemon Unite when you said Venusaur code. I was like, that character does not do that in that game, and that is almost a dead Zelda.
I'm sorry that you've had to know about Pokemon Unite.
I have fun with it. Back air, up tilt, that's a standard from you. Kills relatively high percents.
I mean, it was sick. Unfortunately, it doesn't reflect the ledger of vulnerability in this game. Back to the sage.
This is really the one place where Zelda does succeed.
The ledge trap is painful.
It's when you ledge trap, but as you saw, getting to the position where you can actually ledge trap is quite painful.
Yeah. Up tilts from Zelda, like, that's her neutral button.
Pretty good move.
That's the problem. Like, the armor gets stopped by a boomerang. Which, like, if I'm this Zelda, I'm mad about that. You built an entire suit of armor and it loses to a child's boomerang. Adults can't even equip it.
You say it's an entire suit of armor. It's a phantom. That is a specter from another dimension.
It's still a suit of armor. I didn't say an entire knight.
No. I'm saying it is a being from the ethereal realm covered in the strongest material in the earthen realm and is losing to a funny little wooden boomerang.
I don't know what they hid inside Jabu Jabu's belly, but like, how does this not what Link is using to kill Ganondorf?
Like a single boomerang just kills Ganondorf.
That's why they can't let. That's why they can't let Adult Link equip the boomerang.
Adult Link does have the boomerang.
No, he doesn't.
In this game?
No, in like OOT. Ow.
Yeah, no, that's the most heinous thing I've ever said.
No, I mean like, I'm not talking about my OOT opinions. I'm not gonna. I'm already probably getting crucified for.
Are you telling me that Ocarina of Time is a bad game?
I'm not saying a bad game. I just think that it's mid. I don't think it's.
We're gonna be right. No, I'm kidding.
I think that I think that for its time, it was very, very impressive.
You think it's dated?
I think that it's dated. I think that it's. It shows its age in a lot of ways, and even the remake was kind of worse in a lot of ways. I think that it was just. I understand why it's held in such a high regard. I just think that it's hard to look at it without a lot of modern. I think the main problem comes down to like. I'm trying to put it into words because I have a feeling of what I end up with this problem where I know what I'm feeling, but I don't know what to put it into words. I describe it as like the game. The game was very full for the time that it came out. but I feel that in the modern era, it's kind of structurally a lot more empty than I'd really want to get. The limitations of the console fundamentally caused a lot of places to be segmented from each other in a way that I'm not a huge fan of. Like, I think that as much as Hyrule Field is an interesting overworld, and it was probably very fun to walk around in when you were younger and when this game was new and this concept was entirely new, like, we live in an era of open world games being the norm. Or if not the norm, incredibly common. And, like, as much as there are a lot of very bad open world games...
Genshin Impact!
Don't put words in my mouth. I would never defend a bad game. Unless I liked it, and I don't like Genshin.
Well, I'm saying Genshin is a bad game.
Woo! The spin!
The spin.
The spin.
The spin. But yeah, why are these guys timing out their SDs? Trying to time out this mini brawler? What the heck?
They need to ice out CSU's players for a chance to win.
So there is a tech in this game. I think it's called Phantom Dancing or Phantom Cancel? Like, I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it's where Zelda, like, short hops behind her Phantom. It's actually a fairly difficult tech. I've tried to do it before without looking it up, and I have no idea what to do. Google will probably let me do it instantly, but that's besides the point. And that's what we're seeing a lot of.
Yeah. And I mean, I kind of think you need it. Like, if you let Dreamless in, you're eating something. You're eating a pretty decent combo.
You're eating Thrupper, it seems. He's fishing for that last hit. You saw that up air, landing up air on shield. I think it's very funny, a small thing. You can just kind of dash through Din's fire a lot of the time. Up air, down air, that's a conversion, I guess.
Trades with the downer, but that's not going to stop it from spiking.
Trade with down air?
Yeah, because he was out of the animation at the end of it.
I think it's just a fast hand.
No, like, it usually has a single... It would have lingered longer. Like, it was immediate and it was a bit mild knockback.
Well, that's 1 stock taken, 0 stocks lost.
That's
Min
easy.
Min.
That's the cleanup.
Min.
Min. I don't want to see
CSU is a full player ahead at the moment. Min.
If they send in the Min, I'm not... I think it's the correct option. I think it's their best chance of winning. Don't send in the Min. I ban the Min from the tournament, actually.
You know, if we were like, if this was Midgard Mayhem, I would absolutely relegate Min to, like, the game. Like, just not have it be streamed at all.
Just exclusively choose stream matches to avoid the Min player, honestly.
Absolutely. Doesn't matter if it's grand finals, we're just... Thank you all for watching so much. We'll be back
if it's grand finals...
We'll be back in 2 hours after this best of 5 for an interview.
If it's grand finals, we put it on the background and we just start I start talking about Child versus Gorilla.
Not the Child versus...
No! I don't want to watch Min. I mean, it's the correct choice. I feel like you got to box Brawler out if you want to win this. And I'm excited to see how Dreamless chooses to adapt to that.
I mean, yeah, this is a matchup I would say does not favor me Brawler, although the moment he gets in, he can just kind of stay in and really sticky. But at the same time, I do think it's really the matchup is all about how much can you get in as Brawler here and how good is the lead trapping by the Min player. We saw it there, wasn't good to start.
I think, yeah, I think that that's a very good analysis of it, and I think that Kalos is probably, honestly, I like... Pardon?
This is a great stage for Min.
It's a great stage for Min, but I also don't hate it on the Brawler aspect. It gives you a safer place to land. Like, you can go to like, granted, not working out great, but I feel like it gives a very valuable mix-up with things like Feint Jump.
I think this might just be Min's best stage, as crazy as that sounds. I'm not super experienced in exactly Min's stage list.
And I mean, honestly, if you were, I'd make fun of you for it.
Yeah, right. I mean, but I think that the platforms, like the fact that you saw earlier, Dragon Laser can cover those really well. That's a strong kill option. She doesn't kill off the top a ton, except with up smash. So she's not super hindered by the high blast zone. And like, yes, the platforms give you somewhere else to land, but it really just gives you somewhere else to be hit by the or what it's called, the spin side B.
Yeah. There's a Min on my screen. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say.
That's a nice feint jump. He's been playing a lot more risky, but it's connected every time so far, so I'm not going to complain about it.
Honestly, I think you have to play into the risk here, where it's like, this is fundamentally a matchup that I don't think this matchup is won by losing less. This matchup is won by winning more.
I think so, yeah.
Like, you have to gamble here.
Min-Min's punish game is not as strong as a lot of characters. For example, even though the Megawatt can hurt, it doesn't kill as early as something like, for example, Brawler's F Smash. Like, if you want to even consider the top tiers, high tiers, Mithra or Pyra even F Smash. Unfortunately, though, and it's a dead Min.
I'm really liking how Dreamless has approached this. Like, I think that this could be a very brutal matchup if you don't approach it correctly. But, like, with these gambles, like, Min gets about as much from a neutral win as a punish. We're good.
Okay, that really scared me seeing that.
That was
jump off
I
stage.
saw Dreamless's life flash before my eyes.
This. I will say another thing. Meat Brawler has solid edge guarding. It's not ideal. It's not perfect, but it can get the job done.
It would be better with an option that Dreamless has chosen to forego.
Yeah. I mean, shot put. I will say Min also struggles super hard against characters who are good at edge guarding because her up B is very edge guardable.
Yeah.
Also, the adjustment to get up attack into the F smash, stay on ledge. Good adaptation. Ashland.
Back air forces Min off stage. Back to this ledge scenario.
Down throw, up air.
Not gonna find the thropper, unfortunately.
I mean, at any point, it feels like the Megawatt can be killing with this much rage. Maybe not like entirely, but if you switch over to the, I don't know what it's called, but the spinning one. Or even just Dragon Laser. No. The Min side B.
No, yeah, Chakram.
Chakram, yeah. No, it's not Shock.
It's a Chakram.
But it's not called Shock.
It's a Chakram.
Ram!
It's a Chakram.
Ram. It's called Ram.
It's called Ram, but it's a Chakram.
But it's Ram. It's not.
What's my opinion on Min?
It's not. Chakram is Ram.
Why would I learn the proper nouns for a character I despise? Also, thank you, Dreamless. You're my hero.
Because you commentate this game for money.
I mean, yeah. Like, Min on the screen.
That's probably like, I think if you're gonna if you want to be a professional commentator, I think knowing the names of things is probably gonna be helpful.
If I call, you know what I mean when I call it Chakram. You know what I mean when I call Kiriko's Ultimate Fox Tube. Okay.
Yeah, but it's called Kissing.
I'm not getting paid by Blizzard. I'm not getting paid by Nintendo. I'm not using their proper nouns.
You know what you kind of sound like right now? You kind of sound like
that's so funny though.
That sounds really familiar, actually. I've heard that one before. I don't care about this snowflake Activision Blizzard, this snowflake Masahiro Sakurai's feelings. I use the pronouns I want to use.
Listen, I didn't say pronouns. I said proper nouns. There's a difference.
Yeah, you cut out the purr and you got pronouns. You're 3 letters away from you're literally 3 letters away from the perfect analogy there.
I mean, it's funny. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's really funny.
It's funnier because it's a trans person saying it.
No, I mean, yeah, I'm getting the irony of the bit.
I think I have. No, never mind. I think we can move on from that one, honestly. I'll give you body after that. Dreamless, good job locking in and locking that Min away.
Min's off screen, I'm happy.
Yeah. Oh. I need to go
All I'm saying is these woke Jigglypuff players need to press down B. All right, Falco. These characters do the same thing, except one of them's cooler.
I mean, I think that Brawler, I think most people would agree, is a better character than Falco. I don't think it's necessarily by too much. Like, some people are insane and put Brawler top 15. I think I need whatever those people think. But also, I think that, like, they're both, like, anywhere between upper mid-tier and high-tier characters, and they do very similar things.
They're upper mid-tier aggro characters.
They can be, I'll
combo
describe them
characters.
as cutscene characters, even. Solid edge guarding here.
I mean, I'm used to the length of combos in, like, traditional fighting games, so these are just combos to me. I'm not sensitive to the length of combos in the game.
Dreamless had a nice little ledge trap set up there. One miss space option, though, can really It led to like,
Yeah.
actually.
I feel like the thing about these is I feel like as much as I prefer what Brawler can confirm into, I think the confirms from Falco are generally stronger. In the sense that they're more consistent, especially online. Like, yeah.
That was not great DI from Dreamless.
It's not the best. I feel like he might have been getting mixed up because that Falco had been going for fair throughout most of the...
Yeah, but when you up tilt and you're around 100% character, it's gonna be an up air.
It's gonna be an up air, but I feel like that's the point of the mix-up.
It's not really a mix at that point. Fair wouldn't go that high. It's really up air was the only option, and even so, even if it was fair, you can react to fair mid hitbox, and you should try to SDI out either way. SDI out, SDI down. And those are the kind of DIs that would save you from the up tilt up air.
Fair enough. Who do you think CSU is sending in here?
I'm gonna say Rob.
They kind of don't have a good matchup for Falco anymore.
I mean, depending on who they decided to bring in for the second set. Like, worst comes to worst, you know who it goes down to.
Yeah,
like,
for sure. But I think that Snake and Rob are the thing with Falco is getting from the producers.
I mean, you're gonna.
One of them doesn't agree with me.
I don't either. Like, I understand what you mean. I think that Reflector is a really powerful tool in the matchup. I also don't think that you want to be rushing down Snake.
I guess there is also, no matter what I say, there's always frame one grenade.
There's the words frame one on anything is a very good signifier that something is busted and going to happen.
The thing is, though, Falco's combos are generally true.
They're true, but when it comes to frame one and online, if you're mashing grenade, there's like a decent chance that you're going to get an opening.
Combos are often true, though, and it's going to be Roberto.
Break the curse. Arctic here to break the curse.
He's broken the curse. It's just...
Give me the narrative, okay? It's cool. It's cool to... You hate me. You hate my flair for the dramatic. You've tried to kill me 3 times off stream.
What? Okay, we agreed we were going to talk about that.
Fair enough. We'll address that in court.
We'll address the allegations. Look, I thought you were a bear. I was young.
You were in the woods. It's fine.
I was only 5. You know, this is where that argument came from.
I mean, okay. Which one would you rather bet on?
The child versus bear?
Child versus gorilla or child versus bear?
Probably, I mean, if we're talking gorilla versus bear, the gorilla should win.
No, it's child versus gorilla or child versus bear.
Let me get my logic straight.
Okay.
So if we're talking gorilla versus bear, gorillas should always lose to bears. Bears are heavier. Bears are built for combat a lot more. They have slightly weaker bite strengths, but outside of that, bears have the advantage everywhere. So I think I would choose the gorilla because gorillas are just worse in combat than bears.
What about a really smart gorilla? Like DK. DK versus a bear.
Okay, well DK is stronger than a grizzly bear. That guy can like he punched the moon into the earth. That's a really strong gorilla.
And he got bodied by a child.
Well, yeah, but this is like a fanfic. Smash is like a fanfic.
No, actually, I think that Smash is the most accurate representation of power scaling in any piece of media ever.
Yeah, Ganondorf is just kind of a piece of...
I mean, does he win? When is he winning? On screen.
When you give up? Well, actually, yeah, that's a good point. Ganon does win. It's just before you get there is Link.
He literally has to... He can't win because he has to wait for everybody else to leave so he can just be uncontested.
Yeah, the first Legend of Zelda game is Ganon winning, actually. It's a great point.
Yeah, but that happens off screen.
He still wins.
He wins, but it has to be against
That's
nobody.
That's like saying that, like, the Star Wars Empire is the worst military of all time because they never win on screen.
I mean, it kind of is. One of the stormtroopers hit somebody.
Alright, yeah, we're bringing the stormtroopers into it, alright. But, on topic of the game, this is kind of my problem with bringing in, Arctic for this one. This is a really bad matchup. I think you should, like, especially given the fact that you know this is the final player, I would trust Arctic to clutch up and take one final stock rather than to try to take, like, multiple early.
I mean, here's the thing, though. 2 stocks going into Ruby.
As Falco.
As Falco, yeah.
Falco's really good at edge guarding. That down air, I'm pretty sure, can beat Cypher if timed correctly. which means that this is actually like a loser.
It's losable, but we're talking about Ruby here. I don't think this Falco has a very good chance. I don't think that it's no chance. I just also think that there are a lot of factors that, as much as there are things that Falco can do, there are things that Falco can't do. And I think Snake's going to be able to capitalize on those pretty well.
Falco can tilt back.
He can up tilt back. Oh, there's a grenade. If it's true, that depends on if the grenade's already there. Like, Ruby pulls grenades like crazy.
Yeah, but if Ruby already pulled the grenade, then the up tilt would trigger.
Yeah, and then that's Ruby's advantage. Like, Snake is a heavier character than Falco. That's more advantage for Snake. That's not, yeah, the cutscene combo that fucking killed, that's on me. That's on me, I'm so sorry.
I am.
You did it earlier. It's 1-1.
I wasn't audible on stream.
You were probably audible on stream.
I said frick.
Anyway, yeah, sure, let's go with that. I said that too.
Actually, yes, you did. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I shouldn't be accusing things you did.
All right. This is another one of those matchups that's it's a slower matchup.
Yeah, so I think that if you use the argument of on-screen only, I think that that's a fairly flawed argument.
Okay, give me a reason why we watched this match.
Star Wars Empire, like, they did win off-screen, but then they won on-screen later.
Well, yeah, that's because they won on screen later.
But they won off-screen before that. Like you have to assume that they won off. Like, they did win off-screen, and they had to make it on-screen because, like, that's.
Can we talk about that though? You see that?
He's winning. I mean,
it's what we expect from Ruby. Like, I love watching these sets. I think Snake is a cool character. Honestly, I understand that, like, he is a zoner, but I don't really perceive him as a zoner. He's kind of a permission character to me.
So in the conversation of gorilla versus bear,
okay.
Another thing that I think favors the bear is that bears are naturally fighting more.
They're naturally fighting more, but here's my thing. I think a gorilla is gonna have better tactics.
Not really. Gorillas aren't that smart to where they know tactics. They're just smart enough to know, like...
I think a gorilla could set a thing on fire on accident. And what is a bear gonna do against a gorilla with... Where do you plant these gorillas? I understand we've been, like, talking about something else the entire time. Ruby, do you have, like, precognition or something?
He grabbed the grenade by trying to fair.
I thought that was C4. Okay, I thought that was C4.
No, he grabbed the grenade by trying to fair out of hit stun and then got knocked. Racing.
Well,
we'll be back for an interview. Well, actually, we're not going to get an interview for the next game because we're going to have to.
Yep.
Game.
Alrighty then, folks. I'm here with Victor, Dreamless. How are you feeling after that match?
Pretty good. I played pretty good.
Now, I want to shake your hand. Thank you so much for getting that Min Min off of my screen. Now, anything was going through your head during that matchup, especially like things like the Min Min, things like later on, I think it was the Falco, having to sort of go into a character who plays your same game plan of rush down, but maybe a little bit more powerful or a little bit more consistent, more so. What was going through your mind during those matches, and how do you think you had to adapt to
So
this?
against the Min Min, like Kalos is not my preferred stage there. I was forced to ban the 2 mono class against Min Min.
Of course.
Because that player is just really good on stages. I don't feel comfortable. But other than that, like, I think I played that matchup pretty well. I caught his times and really fast on him. Against Falco, I just got stuck in a few times. It's harder online to react to like.
Of course. And then how about that Sonic?
The Sonic, I think he played pretty good. The stock he got in Colin with the homing attack that game, I felt really bad about that one. But I didn't get to use my flashing Mach Punch, because if Sonic side B's into flashing Mach Punch, so I like using flashing Mach Punch there, but I was never able to get.
Now, I think that we've got somebody who wants a question. What's your opinion on shot put, and why don't you use it?
Shot put, I just think it's way too laggy. And I think that having a kill confirm off of up air, like at 95 to 105 is...
Fair enough. Now, last important question. If you had to bet on one of these two scenarios on the child, would you rather bet on a child versus a gorilla or a child versus a bear?
I think that the gorilla is going to be kind and respect to the child.
But they have to fight.
Oh, they have to fight.
They have to fight.
The child...
They have to fight, but I think that this still does apply.
Does the child know...
The child is bloodlusted.
The child is bloodlusted.
They have to fight. Let them fight.
The child beats the bear. Gorillas are so much more muscular, I think. Like bears are more durable, but like I think the child beats the bear.
I could...
Because I think the gorilla just one taps the kid.
I think doesn't the bear also kind of one tap
the bear is going to take at least 3 hits. The 3 slashes is going to take out the child.
Fair enough. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I've been Psychic here with Victor or Dreamless. We got another match coming up just in a second, so stay tuned for that. Don't touch that dial, and we will be back in just a little bit.
It's a Twitch stream.